In fact, the closer you are tapped, the more you lose your voice. Di ba? The closer you are to the top, the danger of losing your voice is there. Bakit? Marami ka nang natanggap na pabor, so hindi ka na maka-argue against the one giving you favor. Kasi maging act of ingratitude by the concept of losing faith. Alright. Ang concept of powers and principalities in our study, or at least in my study, tatlo lang yan ang range natin. Number one, in that grid, sin is personal. Very real yan. Structure is neutral, and mythical, sin and evil are not real. So, tatlo lang naman yan. No? Pero kung tingnan mo ang nangyayari, may mga range din yan sila. Dito sa gitna, between structural and personal, structures are influenced and controlled by Satan. So we know that they are demonically influenced. No? On the other hand, sa itaas naman, tayo mga Pentecostal evangelicals, they are within that range. We affirm personal and also structural. No? But on the other side, in many ways, the liberals are more on the structural, mythical, but less on the personal. Although there are exceptions to that as well. We know that. Alright? So basically, you look at structures of evil, you have to look at the reality of evil and Satan himself. So on one hand, personal, yes. Structural, yes. Mythical, no. They are real. Kasi dalawa lang naman problema sa demonyo, lampat pa sa dalawa. Yung dalawa lang sabihin ko. Sabi ni C.S. Lewis, ang problema sa concept ni Satan is that you talk about him very often. Or number two, you deny him. Those two problems are there. Alright? Kasi if you talk about demons all the time, wala na si Jesus Christ. So, puro casting out ka, pero the gospel does not advance. Alright? So, structural violence begins with culture, and then justifies structure and result in violence. No? So, for example, culture of corruption, impunity, patriarchy. Patriarchy is the dominance of men over women. That's the structure of evil in that. No? Because you feel you are superior, then you dominate, and it results in a structure of complacency on the part of the women, and the result of that is domination of women, white slavery. But it will result in violence, and the violence issue becomes poverty, economic disparity, criminality, cycle of revenge, prostitution, domestic violence, inaabuso mo yung asawa mo at mga anak mo. Because partly patriarchy din yan ang kultura. Right? And so in that sense, therefore, the culture of patriarchy develops structural evil that results in domestic violence. And in many ways, you are quiet about it. No? Lalo sa mga babae na mga Kristiyano, oftentimes they just suffer in silence. But that is wrong. That is wrong. Kinakailan ituro yan sa mga Kristiyano na mali yung problema, mali yung ginagawa na yan. It got to be made clear. Otherwise, we have a problem with this concept of practices in our society. Alright. So, sa mga business din naman, mahirap na yung paano ka makanegosyo kung hindi ka makakuha ng lisensya. Tapos, hindi ka makakuha ng lisensya kung hindi ka magbayad. Paano ngayon yun? So, if you are a Christian, you have two options. No? I talked to some businessmen in Jakarta. Sabi ko, how do you do that? Sabi na, well, it's a choice for us. We don't bribe, so we don't do business, so we deny people employment. Kasi we cannot start business, how can you employ people? So we do not contribute to the economy. On the other hand, if we go through the culture, we get a license, we help people with their job. So it's a choice we have to make. Diba? So ang mangyayari ngayon, you go into the argument, the ethical argument, lesser of two evils. Saan ang lesser dyan? Diba? Naging problema sa lesser of two evils is a very dangerous ground, no? But people are practical in many ways. They do realize that that is your culture. It goes into a structure and it goes into violence eventually. That's why it's very important that you examine your culture so that you don't go into structural sins, and then eventually your hurt yourself through its manifestations of violence. Alright? Alright. The theoretical category of the social theory of structural violence is structural evil. Alright? So it becomes the theoretical category of the social theory of structural violence already. Alright. Any question on that? Well, we cannot expound that in detail, but you got an idea how it works. Okay. The evil becomes generational unless arrested. So, ginagawa ng lolo ko yan, ginagawa ng tatay ko yan, gagawin ko na rin yan. Kasi we are caught in the web of this structural evil. Hindi ka na makalusot niya. Alright? Okay. So, tulad niya, magbayad ka sa obispo. So, sunod na generation, baka niya 20,000, baka doble na, no? Baka sabihin mo, ikaw, marami kang kasalanan, kaya mas mabigat-bigat, kaya taas-taas mo konti. Hindi ka naman yun? Nahirap yun. Alright. So, basically sa recent study of structural evil, karamihan ngayon are saying that you cannot divorce economic from the ecosystem. No? Right. So, ang dynamic na ganyan, makikita natin ngayon sa structural evil. Number one, in this schema, concentration of power in the hands of the few. Alright. So, whether we like it or not, ang system of government natin is oligarchy, no? It's in the hands of the few families in the Philippines. You see that? It's not really a democracy, it's an oligarchy. It concentrates power in the hands of the few. They think they can buy us anytime. And the thing about it, when you buy people, then you have to recover your investment. On the other hand, may mga tao naman na they look at politics as business. Parang sabong, sino bang kandidato na manalo? So doon ako tataya. Para pagka manalo yan, may pabor ako. They will overlook my business shortcomings. So yung iba naman magaling. They invest in 3 candidates. Ikaw manalo ka, the second, pangatlo. No? So, may gradation yan, di ba? At one time, yung Estrada nanalo, binalik ko yung pera ng isa. Kasi pagbigay mo sa akin, kulang. Okay. Di ba? Parang lumabas yun. Parang lumabas yun. In other words, whatever the facts might be, I don't know. The point is simply that hindi lang naman kandidato yan. Mga tao yan, it takes two to tango. May mga vested interest ng mga mayayaman na nakikipaglaro. So there is okay, sino ang maapektahan yan. The economy will create a problem. Economic disparity, no? At saka perpetuation of the status quo. Hindi ka na makaahon dyan. So, economic disparity means the gap between the rich and the poor will become wider. Will become wider. And if the gap between the rich and the poor becomes wider, then the concept of the middle class disappears. And if the concept of the middle class disappears, democracy is not tenable anymore. Because democracy depends on one factor, a bigger middle class, and number two, an educated citizenry. Kung ang mga tao illiterate, democracy will not function. Alright? Then another problem with that is axis of oppression, no? Automation of conformity. Before long, tanggap na natin yan. Tanggap na, wala nyo kalabanin yan. Ganyan talaga eh. So, yan, iginulit ng tadhana, yung ganang tanggap. So, wala ka ng laban yan. So, you conform na lang. Tayo naman, paminsan, we conform by maintaining a neutrality position on this issue. When you commit pakilaman, we can print the gospel, walang problema. Kung suriin ninyo, baka may problema. So, ganun tayo. So, we have so much to lose, so we begin conforming to the system itself. And then injustice and oppression follows. So, before long, yung mga mahirap, wala ng boses, wala ng access sa batas. Right? So, palakasan comes in. Kung sinong kilala mo, yun ang dapat mo asikasuhin. Kaya, padino system, pag may kaso ka, sino lapitan natin? Yung ganun palagi yun. Right. Number 3, violence erupt eventually. So, lastly, violence yan. Kaya mga kaso ngayon, sinasabi, Sir, magdemanda ba kayo? Hindi na. Kami na bahala rito. Kami na bahala rito. Kasi, alam naman nila that justice delayed is justice denied. Ano? So, anong mga cases ngayon halimbawa na napapabayaan, nag-lapse na lang? Namatay na yung mga testigo, nabayaran mga testigo, nag-migrate na yung mga testigo o yung mga akusado. After all these years, ang pinag-usapan bail pa rin. Right? So, delikado yan. Ano? So, justice denied. Kaya, wala, kayo nabala rito. Kung sa Mindanao pa, magtanim na lang kami ng kawayan. Okay? We'll take care of that. Right? So, we accept structural evil because we privatize morality. We deny that there is public morality. We are not sarili ko. So, privatize na yun ang morality natin. Huwag mo ko pakilaman, hindi kita pakikilaman. Private na yan. No? So, wala nang public dimension yan. That's the greatest danger of structural evil sa simbahan. We privatize it ourselves. Number two, charity as blinders. Ay, mabuti na tinutulungan kami. Di ba? So, sometimes yung mga relief good na yan can be a blinder also. Kasi yung mga tao, utang na loob. So, hindi ka na pinag-iwan. Saan kinuha yan? Huwag ka na makialam yan. Basta magtagkap ka na lang. Okay? So, halimbawa, magbigay ng relief ang mga kakaibang bansa. Nasira na lang, hindi pa na-deliver. Bakit? Nire-repackage pa eh. So, wala kang magawa doon. Di ba? So, pagka nakatanggap ka, hindi mo na kuni-question yun. Dahil may utang na loob ka na. And I think that's part of the charity blinders. No? Number two, denial. Wala problema yan. Normal sa amin yan. Okay? Normal yan. So, denial na yan. Di ba? Reality yan. Bakit mo kalabanin? Yan ang totohanan. Alright. Kasi, pagka kalabanin mo yan, bakit? Ikaw walang kasalanan? Babalikan ka pa ng scripture, okay? Cut the first stone. So, ano nga yung gagawin natin? Hindi ka naman. Number four, despair and powerlessness. Wala tayong magawa. It's too big for us. Too big for us. And we are such a small number. What can we do? Alright? So you go into argument na lang na although you have unconscious conformity, corporate investment is shaping reality. Malaki ang mga investment ng mga korporasyon to maintain the status quo. Ayaw nila palitan yun, mga illegal logging system, yung mga dagat bawas. Hindi nila papalitan yan. It will remain because it is to their advantage. So they shape reality. And then another one is growth is good. The problem is like yung gross national product, okay, or development product. Paminsan-minsan maganda pakinggan yan, pero may problema din yan. For example, multinational ka, the Indian corporation reports big growth. Pero ang hindi natin alam, yung growth na yun, sinasay po ng mother corporation. Wala rin na iwan sa bansa. Okay? Kasi sinasay ko eh. So, akala natin growth is good, malaganda yung report sa papel, pero ang actual cash, wala doon. Hindi naman nakakatulong yun. Because kinukuha ng mga multinational corporations. Yan ang mahirap. For example, yung conformity na yan, anong hawak niyo? Cellphone, computer, baro. I mean, tuwa tayo ng mura, no? Mura. Pero sinong gumawa niyan? They're outsourced in poor countries, whose living conditions are terrible, whose salaries are way below standard, and tuwa tayo that we are buying things cheap. We don't think about the implications of that from the source country where the products are good. Huh? Burger. Tapos, para magmura yung hamburger, they create ranches in the third world. Pero they have to cut the forest and create a ranch. So meanwhile, tuwa tayo na mababa yung burger sa Amerika, pero ano nangyari doon sa pinanggalingan nila? Sinira nila yung forest, yung mga nagbabantay doon, underpaid and so on and so forth. Pero every time you buy the hamburger, praise God, mura. What about those yung na-dispossess mo? In other words, have you ever thought that whatever you possess, you dispossess someone? And that's part of structure. Naging ano you conform to that without you knowing it. In fact, you don't want to ask anymore. Okay. Kasi apektado ka na. Di ba? Saan ang kagaling mga baro karamihan? China, Indonesia, Thailand, Philippines. No? Ano mga working conditions ng mga trabahante? Yeah? Mahirap. So, let's be very careful about structures of evil because we are part of that already without our knowing it. And the fact about it, we are creating awareness amongst you. And sometimes I don't want to lecture about it simply because it makes you feel guilty. Kung na lang magsigil ka ng kakainin ko, saan magaling ito? Baka structure of evil ito ah. Delikado. Then that's the effect of structures of evil. You become aware of the issues that displease God. Now, how do we deal with that? That's why despair and denial are very common options. Overwhelmed na tayo. Ano magagawa natin? So the best that you can do is, Lord, will focus on evangelism. What matters is to gain the whole world and you lose your soul. So you go into the primacy argument na lang. But that is not the way to do it. Again, we go into active waiting and responsible action. Alright. So evil is hiding by masking itself as good. Evil has a double character, its existence and its hiddenness. Nakatago. Pwede ko kaya nga ako, may mga coffee na ayaw ko inumin. Kapagkat alam ko kung anong ginagawa nila sa third world. Pwede yun. Yeah. And sometimes I know companies that are more supportive of the LGBT, and I simply say, okay, I'm not going to patronize the product. So the hiddenness of evil and the good. Alright, so you go over the interlocking circles again. On one hand, equity and justice is the message. But the thing that bothers us is there are evil structures of violence behind it. And yet, the parade as justice, peace, equity, whatever. Wellness, you name it. Progress, growth. Okay, nandiyan na yan. Magagandang mga gawain yan. And the words are very good. But behind that is profitability, continuity of unjust structures indeed. Alright? So, if you continue with that, the most difficult problem to solve, as long as man is a sinner, the impossible possibility. No? And part of that is even those social scientists are beginning to realize that as far as man is concerned, they can only minimize it, but they cannot solve it. And they need a power beyond human capacity. And that's where we come in. Okay? Because if you don't have your hope, why will you start doing anything about it? Maiipit ka lang, masagasaan ka, mabura ka lang. Right? So, you've got to have something much more than just capacity to respond to the problem. Alright. So, jobs and income, government projects of corruption. Okay, how can you deny that? On one hand, you have jobs, you have good income, but on the other hand, they come from government projects where graft and corruption is rampant. Okay? So you have goods and services that are cheap and available, and yet the payment is eco-exploitation. So you have well-being, but the price of that is, in many ways, oppressions. You distort reality. So you think that a beautiful woman is only this and that. But God looks at, in the language of Peter, the internal character of a woman is what makes her beautiful. Right? Diba? Maski Miss Universe yung katawan mo kung hindi ka naman, never mind na lang. Yeah. Kasi sa ibang kultura, sabi nila, ang beautiful woman is one who rides a camel and the camel cannot stand. So beautiful sa kanila yun. Paano kayo yun? Sa atin naman, beautiful woman, ganito. Diba? Tayo mga husband, no? We courted our wives because they have Coca-Cola bodies. Pagkatapos ng 4 na anak, naging beer bottle. Paano ngayon yan? You are in love pa rin. So, naging ang concept ng beauty at standard, nagbabago yan. Now, we have to be very careful about that. Otherwise, ang maging sabi natin dyan is, sample lang sa mga akban, halimbawa, yung concept is your wife and love. So, whatever you do, you move toward that concept all the time. Regardless of who she is, ang direction mo is toward the center. I love my wife, and I'll be committed and loyal to her. So, the concept that you're using is centered set. No? You are looking at a model called the centered set. Kasi, you think of her, whatever you do is for her, it's always like that, centered. Always wife and love. So, for as long as that is your focus, then all the other external factors become secondary. Become secondary. Now, paminsan-minsan ang concept natin is bounded, no? So, we create models for our wives. Alright. So, a beautiful wife, Christian wife is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So, you create characteristics and you demand from your wife, you must be all this. Kung yung isa kulang, you are not. Kung dalawang kulang, you definitely are not. So, that becomes oppressive to the wife. Because she cannot be all that. And that standard in the first place is arbitrary on your part. Who gave you that standard? You're going to say, well, one night I was sleeping and the Holy Spirit gave me a dream. Ang wife na ideal ganito. Sino maniwala sa'yo? Baka mapatungan ka pa ng... Ayaw na naman kung sino magbatok sa'yo. So, what you're saying is that God looks at the heart, okay? God looks at the heart, not the externals. Now we have to focus on that. Alright. Now let's take a look at that again. Evil hides as light. Alright? Structural evil is not an event but a process. Structural evil is not personal but institutional and systemic. Alright? So, it's humanly constructed, we make it, and we can also dismantle that by the grace of God. Alright? So, you have two kingdoms, Satan and Jesus. The good side is we can move into the kingdom of light. Alright? And once we are in the kingdom of light, we begin the process of dealing with structural sin. So, primarily, we go with salvation. But at the same time, you must not hesitate to work with non-Christians who have the same agenda, but for as long as the method is ethical. But if the method is not ethical, it's not good to link with them. Then the Bible says, do not be unequally yoked. But if the methods are ethical, biblically allowable, then work with them as well. Alright? I remember, for example, reading the autobiography of Nelson Mandela. He was with the opposition group, and there was a time when they need to give a message, a statement, and that means bombing one establishment. And Mandela opposed that. But finally, he capitulated on that one exception to make a statement, and it happened. Right? I think Bonhoeffer was right when he said the church must not initiate revolution, but he said it can take side. Sabi ko, ito siya na. Binibigyan ako ng idea. But that's also John Calvin's position in a very limited way. Ako, no rebellion, no violence. These are only last measure. Wala na talaga. Right? But until then, no. I oppose that. Kapagkat ang batayan natin is, when Romans 13 was written, Nero was the emperor. And, Nero. Now what God is saying is, these structures of, these creational structures, you have only one authority, I am the authority. So I know what is happening in your country. I know what's happening in your government. I want you to be responsible as well, but ultimately, God alone can change. God alone is the authority. The authorities of creational structures do not come from man nor below. It comes from God from above. All right? They are gifts to us that we must receive and appreciate with gratitude. But at the same time, when these structures do not conform to the standards of God, then Bonhoeffer would call it self-abnegation of responsibility. And in that sense, we intervene to correct that. When we intervene, it's because we want them to be blessed by God. All right? So our attitude is still positive to restore what God has established on the face of the earth. All right. You know what I'm sabi ito?
Saint Francis. Saint Francis. Saint Francis.
The real recognition. It's a very complicated one, and we have to just accept that. No? All right. Restoring the okay. We'll pause with that. I don't want to deal with that because I'd like to go to the next session. Now you have appreciated structures of people.
Yes.
Now you'll be aware of that. When you eat, when you use something. You remember the subject on J29? Okay. In the last few months, I have been bothered by that article. So I found out that when I wrote that, I have not taken into consideration the contrasting context. And the contrasting context of that is the Rechabites. The Rechabites have isolated themselves from society because they didn't want to be made impure by pagan practices. So they became nomads. They moved from one place to the other under tents and so on and so forth. But the letter of Jeremiah was the opposite of that. You are not to isolate yourself. You should not become a nomad. You should not alienate yourself from society, but rather engage. So when the new article came up, it had its own context already, and I think I'm happy with that to publish that. All right. One of our tasks is moral vision. How do we create a moral vision? Okay, whoever comes here. Okay. Our society, and there are a number of factors to that, you know. What actions should we take? And those are the three areas that we can consider. Number one, we do a critique. We ask ourselves what is going on. Number two, what could be the alternative path that we can use? And number three, what resource do we need? Okay. From a secular perspective, divine enabling is not there. Only human capacity. That's why it's very despairing, it's very overwhelming. All right? But the point simply is that is true in planning. No? We are introducing planning at the same time. Before you can plan properly, you have to ask the question, what is going on? What is going on in DR, in our churches, etc., etc. You identify realities and issues. Then after that, you ask yourself the secondary question, what is the alternative path that we can pursue? What can be done? Well, that's the second part of that. And the third is, what resources do we need to get it done? So do you create a moral vision in that sense? No? So, first, what is going on? A critical look at reality and the brutality of structures of evil society or sin in the organization. It may not be structural, but there is sin in the organization that you have to deal with, or otherwise planning becomes inadequate because you miss the purpose of strategic planning. Right? So, what is going on? First question. The second question is, what could be? Okay? A sense of dissatisfaction against the status quo and search of an alternative path towards social justice. But the point is that it comes in two parts. A sense of dissatisfaction, or the language of other scholars is a holy dissatisfaction. I'm loyal to GRM, you might say, but there is a holy dissatisfaction that what I'm doing is not enough. We can do more. So what is wrong? What hinders us from doing more? And that holy dissatisfaction is the one that compels us to identify alternative ways in which we can do that. Planning is not about survival only. Planning is going beyond that so that God will enable you to become all that God wants you to be. And the third part of that is you take a look at divine enabling. You have resources that God has given to you, but do not be proud. You still need God because without Him you can do nothing.
Amen.
But on the other hand, divine enabling tells you it can be done. Not because you are good or because you have the resources, you don't have enough, but because God is with you and is asking you to do it, and therefore the possibility of succeeding is greater. So that divine enabling is already the triune God. Right? The Father, the Son, and the Holy Spirit, they are with you. And they are saying, that's why he said, all authority is given to me in heaven and on earth. That's why I keep on saying, the Great Commission begins with verse 18. Don't create a disjunctive theology where you separate the resource from the vision. So here, you have that. But the thing about that is that, if you fail to do that, then what will happen is, you have, if you don't do that, then instead of a vision, you have a moral oblivion. And it presupposes that, guys, there's no moral vision in our denomination or rather in our church, and you know that's the beginning of a downward progress. Oblivion, no vision, no concept whatsoever. You're lost. You're in the dark. Right? So, why are we opposed to it? Denial of evil. And I will just give you this one because I'm taking that away. But here is the denial. In the Eschatology nature, the first one is injustice, disasters, leftist claim you deny, actual evil. The other one is sense of entitlement, that was privilege, don't see the victims. Number three, you have more distance, reality of structural violence, free trade for growth, constant reality of suffering, not responsible for structural evil, and you take a look at hopelessness, nothing I can do about it. They take a look at that. Hopelessness, I can understand that. Right? I can understand that. You deal with corruption in government, for example, I can understand that. Right? Dissatisfaction, injustice, ecological disasters, leftist claim. Sometimes you're a farmer, you do it, and all of a sudden, flood comes in, you're wiped out. So there are many things that are happening beyond you already, all right? So leftist claim, oh well, you know, that's Chinese, that's Marxist, and we are not Marxist. I think we have to be careful about that analysis. I think that's inadequate as a framework. Sabi nila, well, the leftists, the Chinese, the Russians, and the communists will be no more. I'm not sure about that. You see, they are now in the Security Council, and they are equal power with the United States and Great Britain and France to veto any policy. So they have become powerful. All right? Sense of entitlement. Well, naghirap ako sa buhay ko. I'm entitled to convenience, to comfort, to a nice car, to a bigger car. I was playing golf with another Christian businessman the other day, and he said, well, you know, may nanalo sa golf ng Mercedes. It's 3.2 million. Bininta lang sa akin ng 1.2. Ay, 2.2. Mura yun. Bibiling ko na sana. Nalaking tubo yun eh. Sabi ng misis niya. Preach mo lang last Sunday na you will live a simple lifestyle. Bibili ka ng Mercedes. Hindi pwede. Husband, obey your wife. Hindi niya binili. So nag-trade off na lang siya ng simpleng car. No? But my point simply is that that's also true with us. We can afford to buy something more, but why will you do it? When in fact a lot of our workers, a lot of our people are hurting. That does not mean that we're not entitled to it. But the point simply is that we have to be very careful about it. Because we can lose our testimony And one step then lead to another step, and before long you are lost again. You are in a moral oblivion already. No? You don't realize that. Okay. So, sense of entitlement. And that's true with those in the United States, mga kabataan. Yung commitment nila sa simbahan is less and less, and that's true here. When they graduate, what do they do with their money? Well, I'm entitled to spend it any way I want. Ha? Naghirap ako dyan. Para bagang ang Diyos wala akong makialam sa kanila nang nag-aaral sila, no? Okay? So siguro sa transition ninyo, tingnan nyo, nagbibigay ba yan? Di ba? So, sa isang simbahan na kinakansel namin, Pastor, maganda yung leader ninyo. Sabi nga, hindi pwede yan, sir. Bakit? Hindi nagtatype yan eh. So, kung nasilip ng pastor yung giving, tudas ka. Hindi ka pwede mag-qualify. Paano ka mag-leader eh? Hindi ka nga nagbibigay. Di ba? So, dapat self-restraint na lang, no? Okay. As a rule, hindi ako qualify. Pagka pinilit ka, o sige na lang. Wag ka magpapilit ko. Alam mo hindi ka qualify na okay. Mahirap lang sabihin mo na, o sige pastor, mag-transition tayo, okay. Kasi ako, sabi ko, hindi ka nabibigyan ng tayo. Mag-planning ka, transition for 3 years, okay. First year, 3%. Second year, 5%. Okay. Third year, 75. Fourth year, 110%. Ay, mag-transition planning ka kasi may mga obligasyon ka. Ang point lang is you are planning to obey the Lord. Pero may reality ka lang, di ba? Hindi naman pwede na, bukas mag-type ka. Okay, fine. If that happens, that's okay. Pero sometimes people have to go into planning also. I have no problem with that. If you have not been giving your tithe for 20 years, I've had ako mag-reklamo in 4 years. Ha? Installment. But that's a reality. May commitment ka eh. May commitment ka sa parents mo, may commitment ka kapatid mo nag-aral, may commitment ka. Wala naman commitment ko eh. Yes, no. Now, if you have faith really, then that's another question altogether. No? You trust God overnight. Okay, fine. I'm happy with that. But what is important is you have a plan to obey and work on it. No? Tapi ipamonitor mo sa pastor. Next year, ipamonitor ko kung magkano ang nabigay ko. I give you the authority to look at my giving. But I'm committed to give this. Okay?
Doc, kahapon nung diniscuss ni Sister Ligaya, we have a car loan.
Ha?
Car loan para sa mga worker.
Car loan, ha? Okay. Hindi kayo masira, ha? Kasi yung mga Kristiyano mayroon pang bayad.
Ang worker namin si Pastor Marbajaw, 1,000 naman. Payable within 20 years.
Bigat, ha? Alam mo, sa NGO, yung magaling magbayad, yung hindi mga Kristiyano, no? Ang ginawa nila, lahat ng utang, notarized. Para enforceable. Pwede mademanda for collection. Tapos, simba, pakikinawa mo, bakit? Wala kang tiwala sa akin? Ikaw ba may kasalanan ngayon? Wala kang tiwala eh. Halimbawa, hindi ka makabayad, anong sanction? Halimbawa, 3 default, anong sanction? Ha? Repossession. Nakakaya sa pastor yun, hindi na magbalik sa simbahan yun. Pero mo, mawala yung kotse yan, sabi naman, bakit pastor? Kasi hindi ako nagbayad eh. Wala, hindi na tayo yun. Shame, culture tayo, di ba? Mahirap yun tanggapin. So, now, am I saying I'm supposed to? No, I'm not supposed to. What I'm saying is, mag-ingat lang kayo na hindi kayo masira dyan. Pagka sinabi nyo magbayad kayo, magbayad kayo.
Three points yun, 3 points.
Bakit? Pagka nagbayad kayo, dagdag ang pribileo. When the money is available, the leadership can plan for other benefits for you. Di ba? But kung i-drain nyo yung resources because of that, wala nang maibigay sa inyo. So, make the system work so that you can plan for better, more and more privileges.
Amen.
Alright. Kung hindi ka makabayad, magpirma kayo ng mag-asawa na kung hindi makabayad ng husband, for 6 months, separate room kayo. Siguro bakit kayo kagad, ano? Next time. Biro lang.
Hindi pwede, Dok. Hindi pwede. Pinaghiwalay na utang. But God is going together.
Utang ka separate.
Utang ay separate. Praise the Lord.
Alright.
Moral vision.
Privilege don't see victims. In other words, kung mayroon ng structural evil, you don't see the victims directly. Hindi mo nakikita paghirap nila. Kasi you are in a good position naman, no? So hindi mo napuntahan yung bahay ng mga mahihirap dahil sa resulta ng structural evil, no? So, wala kang idea. Pangalawa, you are so distant from the reality of structural evil. Napakalayo mo. Bakit? Halimbawa, stockholder ka ng cigarette company or ng wine company and all those kind of things, ano, ay kung nag-cancer sila o kaya drunken sa labas, masabi mo na, wala nang pakialam doon, investor lang naman ako. Silang nag-decide nagbili, bata ko sa sili. Kasi I'm too distant from the problem. Investor lang ako. And then free trade for growth. Okay, iba naman yun, ano? You become successful by dispossessing others. Alright. Alright. Now we'll end with that. Next time, tapusin natin ito, but for now, pwede na yan.
Yes, Doc. Doc, we like the
Sa maraming mga studies,